Imagine this. You live in a world where the zombie apocalypse actually happened. Forget your 9-to-5 job, forget Netflix, and definitely forget that gym membership you swore you'd use. Because the day is coming where you'll stand face to face with a horde of the undead. And not just 5 or 10 stragglers moaning down the street. No, we're talking about thousands of zombies. You can't run. You can't hide. You either fight or become the main course. So the big question is, how do you defeat the horde? The location? We're setting this in your average American city. Think strip malls, gas stations, Home Depots, and enough abandoned Starbucks to keep you caffeinated until 2099. Resources are there, and you just have to be smart and alive enough to use them. Types of zombies? Not the fast Olympic sprinter kind, thank goodness. These are your classic horror movie zombies, which are slow, stiff, and about as coordinated as your uncle after 4 beers at Thanksgiving. Strengths. Despite being slow, the zombies have incredible physical strength. Since they don't have brain regulation, all their capabilities are directed towards full muscle use. Secondly, they have underwhelming numbers on their side. 1 zombie? A joke. 1,000? That's nightmare fuel. Third, they can't feel pain or fear. Weaknesses? They're slow and clumsy. Basically the undead version of dial-up internet. Even though they can't feel pain, they're also super easy to distract or trap. Think of them as giant toddlers who just happen to want to eat your face. Sure, the numbers are astonishingly high, but the good news is that zombies aren't invincible. So let's break this down scientifically and practically, starting off with basic knowledge about the enemy. Number 1. Zombie biology and vulnerabilities. Every zombie movie teaches us one golden rule. Go for the head. Easy advice, right? Except in practice, trying to land a perfect headshot on a moving target while you're panicking, sweating, and probably screaming is like trying to thread a needle while riding a roller coaster. Think about it. The human head is small, constantly moving, and attached to a body that's stumbling unpredictably. In a combat situation, it's incredibly difficult to aim that well, especially when you're surrounded. The better plan is to target the skeleton. Forget Hollywood headshots. You don't need a zombie's brain to stop working. You need the zombie's body to stop moving. So go for key points. Aim to break the legs so that they can't walk. Congratulations, you just turned the terrifying horde into an army of crawling garden gnomes. If you break the spine or neck, the zombie also loses mobility. The arms are harder to disable, so avoid those. In short, instead of going for the harder target, aim for bones that will immobilize. This is why your strategy should always focus on center mass and bones. The torso is a much bigger target than the head. Smashing ribs, spines, and femurs takes away their ability to chase you. The slower they are, the easier it becomes to survive the long game. Think of zombies not as magical monsters, but as meat machines powered by skeletons. Break the frame, and the machine falls. Number 2, weapons for one-on-one fights. Alright, let's gear up. You're not fighting 1,000 zombies with bare fists unless your name is Bruce Lee, and even then, it's questionable. Choosing the right weapon is the difference between life or death. So, let's discuss melee weapons first. Well, first of all, we have sharp-bladed weapons. Now, we all know swords are awesome, and among swords, the katana is one of the coolest pieces of metal ever forged, and they're known to be killer weapons. But the deal is, using a blade isn't as easy as movies make it look, especially if you don't have training. The katana is designed for clean slashes and causing blood loss, but zombies don't bleed out. A skilled master can slice through bones, but a newbie swinging a katana is more likely to break the sword or their own shoulder than kill a zombie, so don't even bother. Swords are a bit simpler to use since the blade is thicker, but again, you'll need a fair bit of skill to cut through something as hard as bone. The best options are axes or maces. These weapons are built for one job, delivering bone-shattering force. Now, axes have very strong chops and are versatile. You can use the blunt side to crack skulls or cleave using the sharp edge. They're also really easy to find. Maces or morning stars also serve a similar purpose. Swing one of these and you'll shatter bones faster than zombies can moan. Bonus points because you don't require pinpoint accuracy. Even a sloppy swing can turn a ribcage into dust. The real secret of melee combat is that you shouldn't try to be flashy. You're not auditioning for a kung fu movie. You're trying to smash skeletons before they smash you. Firearms. Now, let's be real. Nothing feels safer than holding a gun when 1,000 zombies are staring you down like you're the free sample table at Costco. But some firearms are better than others. And the undisputed king is the shotgun. The shotgun is your best friend in a zombie fight. Why? Massive damage means one blast can shatter ribs, spines, and skulls at once. They're effective at close range, and nothing screams confidence like the sound of a shotgun being pumped, so the confidence boost is going to help a lot. On the other hand, the sawed-off shotgun looks cool, but fails hard. Sure, it's the weapon of choice for every movie outlaw. But against zombies, not so great. Short barrels mean a wide pellet spread. Instead of concentrated bone destruction, you're basically giving zombies a spicy massage. They also have less range. With 1,000 zombies, you want versatility. A full-length shotgun gives you both close quarters power and medium-range effectiveness. Machine guns are also pretty effective because you can unload quite a bit of bullets, and the bigger the machine gun, the better. But other guns and rifles are less effective because, again, you'll need to aim properly, and no one has that kind of time. Number 3. Improvised explosives. Here's the thing about fighting 1,000 zombies. You can't fight them all one by one. You need something that can clear space fast. That's where explosives come in. DIY grenades. With some ingenuity and desperation, you can cook up homemade explosives using everyday items. Fireworks and bullets or metal scraps equal instant shrapnel grenades. Aerosol cans and a lighter can create a makeshift flamethrower. Molotovs are even better. The beauty of explosives is that they don't just kill zombies, they disable large groups. Even if they don't vaporize the Horde, they'll knock them down, rip apart skeletons, and give you room to breathe. If you somehow raid a science lab or a really shady ice cream parlor, adding a liquid nitrogen canister to your bombs creates a nasty effect. The explosion scatters freezing agents, making zombies brittle. This is all in the event that you don't find actual grenades or sticks of dynamite, because yes, homemade explosives sound cool and they're effective in theory, but they're also ridiculously dangerous. One wrong move and you're the one getting blown into 42 snack-sized pieces. If you ever find yourself in an actual zombie apocalypse, don't play Mythbusters, unless you really want your last words to be, "Hey guys, watch this!" Number 4. Tactics. Okay, so you've got your weapons, maybe a few homemade bombs, and a vague sense of confidence. But here's the truth. If you just stand in the middle of the street swinging away, you're going to be zombie chow in about 5 minutes. Beating 1,000 zombies isn't just about weapons, it's about tactics. Hit-and-run style warfare. Think about it. You can't stand in one spot and hope to wipe out 1,000 zombies like you're in a video game with infinite ammo. Real life doesn't give you cheat codes. The smarter option is hit-and-run warfare. This means that you need to strike and kill a chunk before quickly retreating. It's basically zombie guerrilla warfare. Attack from the sides, lure them into traps, retreat to safer ground, and repeat. The beauty of hit and run is that zombies are slow. Once you break line of sight and put distance between you and the Horde, you can reposition, reload, or more importantly, stop to eat some canned beans. They'll keep shuffling after you like confused mall walkers, but they'll never match your pace. Stay on high ground. Gravity is your new best friend. Rooftops, tall structures, basically anything higher than second floor is a lifesaver. Zombies are terrible climbers. Their coordination is shot. Their balance is awful, and their idea of climbing usually ends with a tumble that shatters whatever bones they had left. From high ground, you can throw projectiles like rocks, bricks, Molotov cocktails, or that expired bottle of soda you were never going to drink anyway. You can drop heavy objects like furniture or cinder blocks, and you can take a rest at moments. The trick is to always know your escape route. One rooftop is good, but a series of connected rooftops? That's a whole zombie-proof highway. Imagine taking out 100 zombies and casually parkouring across the rooftops while they moan at you from the ground. Cool and safe. High ground isn't just a tactic, it's peace of mind. Zombies don't jump. Zombies don't climb well. Use that to your advantage. Vehicle warfare. When you're facing 1,000 zombies, sometimes the smartest plan is to stop thinking like a soldier and start thinking like a demolition derby driver. Vehicles are the ultimate equalizer in a zombie apocalypse. But it all depends on what you drive. Choosing your vehicle. You want something big, strong, and durable. Forget sports cars and motorcycles. They're fast, yes, but they offer zero protection and will crumple the second you hit a wall of undead flesh. Instead, aim for heavy-duty trucks or 4x4 SUVs. They're tough enough to smash through barricades and zombies, and they have space for supplies and weapons. They're also built for off-road driving, which is handy when city streets look like a buffet line of rotting bodies. In short, when the world ends, the family minivan isn't your best friend. Go for the truck. Modifications. Now, if you got the time and tools, you can turn your vehicle even more anti-zombie. Spikes or sharpened pipes on the front can help skewer zombies. A steel grill would also offer more protection. Rotating blades or saws perpendicular to the ground will slice through zombies trying to get under your tires and add in some tire protection. Zombies have nasty nails and jagged bones that could puncture tires. Install mud flaps or custom guards in front of your wheels to deflect debris. Snow chains on the tires are also really important. Streets covered in zombie guts are basically nature's banana peels. Chains give you traction so you don't end up fishtailing into a horde like an idiot. With these upgrades, you've officially turned your truck into the love child of Mad Max and a lawnmower. Now, if you can find a Humvee or tank, then your odds have skyrocketed. Strategy. Driving through zombie-filled streets allows you to plow through crowds, crush bones, and clear massive groups without breaking a sweat. You're safe inside, they're smeared outside. Win-win. But here's the thing. The biggest risk is leaving the vehicle. Once you step outside, you're vulnerable. Suddenly, you're no longer the king of the road. You're just another meat sack on the menu. So, rule number 1 of vehicle warfare is simple. Stay inside as long as possible, and only get out when you're absolutely sure the area is clear, or when you need to refuel. Because trust me, nothing would be more embarrassing than defeating 500 zombies with your zombie plow truck of doom, only to get eaten because you slipped on a puddle of zombie goo while trying to pump gas. So, can you survive and defeat a horde of 1,000 zombies? The answer is yes, but only if you play smart. Learn zombie biology, choose the right weapons, be smart. And when in doubt, let your truck do the talking. But be careful getting out of it. Carelessness could kill. If you enjoyed this breakdown of how to defeat 1,000 zombies, check out our other survival guides and like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay up to date and ahead of the zombies.